What's up, everybody? We are in the news cycle. Game just dropped. I know everybody, from what I can see, looks like quite a few people are excited. Doesn't seem like everybody has the same energy as I felt like, or I guess I expected. As we got started into this new cycle, obviously not everybody's been able to get their hands on the game just yet, but understandable. Did want to just go ahead and do just a quick intro to all the new users coming over. It's not a whole lot of you, but we do have a few new faces when it comes to league play. So definitely wanted to just make sure we give you guys a welcome into our NCAA Dynasty server. If you haven't recognized it just from communication, we do have two leagues. We run two leagues. That's what we do. It was a combination of really two Madden leagues that combined. I would actually say it's really a combination of three or four leagues as time has gone on. And man, let me tell you, last year I think we had a lot of fun despite the challenges that we may have faced within gameplay itself. And just wanted to again make sure that I at least gave you guys a proper introduction to what we do as far as a league. And again, so we do have the two leagues. Both leagues are really a 48 hour, but for the most part, um, each one for sure with an LL is going to be a 48-hour league, and then for KL, yes, we're changing the name because everybody couldn't get past KOC for some reason. Nasty mental headed motherfuckers, but we did change that name. That league is more of a 48 to 72 for the most part. But ultimately, they're both leagues that are going to be functioning at a pretty high rate. If you haven't recognized, and of course, I'm hoping at some point to get everybody within our team on a show at some point as far as admins. Of course, we still have the BOD group between myself, obviously with Legend and Austin and Hendrix, and then of course our admin group with Qua and Benny and Swag as we are trying to kind of manage the space between both leagues. We were looking at the potential of a third league. Not really sure if we're going to get there or not. Just it really kind of comes down to the amount of users we have, and then ultimately just from an activity standpoint, looking at kind of how things transpired last year, going into this new cycle. And again, the new game's out. So for those that are completely haven't been able to jump in just yet. If you haven't been able to get in and play even a head-to-head game, there's a lot of new stuff within NCAA. I'm sure if you looked at enough trailers, you'll have a good idea of where we sit now and kind of what's to come. But I did want to give just again, we do have a fourth down rule, and that rule is may subject to change. Not really sure yet. It's something that we are discussing as a team. We are a stream league. We are not a non-stream. You don't just play and don't stream. We do ask and request that you stream within the league as you play within our league. Somebody just messaged me saying for me to switch over to a different screen. So I'm actually going to just advance this real quick, just so I'll just go in here so you guys can
Let's
get a visual
quickly
if you
walk
haven't
through recruiting in EA
jumped
Sports
in
College
yet,
Football
as the game is
26. Our
most
recruiting
likely just
system follows
communicating
a
in my ear
three-stage
while I'm
approach.
also trying to
Stage 1,
connect with you guys.
add a
But
player to your
uh,
recruiting board.
just to give you
Once
guys
they're
an
there,
update,
you can
I'm not
select
going to
actions
post
to
this
gain
in
intel
the
on player
channel just
value
because
when
this,
it comes to
again,
committing to a
could
school.
very much be
These
subject to
actions also
change.
help to get on a
Yeah, he's like
recruit's
talking
radar and can
like
move you into
crazy
their
in my
top.
ear right now. Pause. Um, but I don't want to post this in the schedule or the attention tab, again, as all of this could be subject to change. All depends on how this game plays out because, again, there have been some pros that people have seen when it comes to Dynasty, to the Dynasty side. There are also things that people aren't 100% with just yet. Not just users, also our admin team as well. Um, so it is something that's going to come up as league play goes. This is going to be something that we all kind of look at as time goes on before we make that decision to start. But did want to give you guys just kind of a brief schedule of what to expect here in the next, I guess I'd say week and a half, two. Because again, we have never been a group between both leagues that has just started ASAP. And the reason we haven't done that is because there's always been something when it comes to EA, unfortunately, that has not been suitable for a dynasty or franchise mode. So, kind of the current thought when it comes to our schedule, it hasn't been released yet, but we are going to get into that team selection process pretty quick. Again, that date will be set once our admin team kind of connects and kind of discuss what we want to do going forward. But we are going to have that team selection process start pretty quick. In the last cycle, I did start off with the kind of tournament play that we had, just kind of getting everybody the opportunity to one. You can kind of get used to playing with your team if you preferred, but also it's just kind of a friendly little tournament, something that we could run before the league actually started. That way, you could kind of get those games in against users that play in league play versus playing all these head to heads on All American because obviously we don't play on All American. That's not something that we do. We are going to play on Heisman, no different than being on Madden and playing All Madden. We are going to play at the strongest strength when it comes to league play for the game. Our admin team, as a whole, we are going to get back together again. Not it's information that you guys need to know, but we did look at from a communication standpoint, or we at least discussed the piece far as the survey, what you guys said, some of the things that were spoken of within the chat over the cycle actually didn't even come up, which was kind of a shock to me. But it also let me know that half of y'all just be talking mess in the chat, and you're really just trying to get a rise. You're not actually looking for change, which is totally fine because we like the system that we currently have. We are going to again address the league with a start date and time, and give you a timeline on each step. That is for both leagues. That way, at least everyone has the time of one figuring out maybe the type of coach you want to use, playbooks, etc. We want to give everybody the opportunity to at least get that set up. Again, we are a stream league. For those that haven't noticed it just yet, there is a me bot that has been added to the chat. That me bot is going to give us the opportunity. I previously had it within another league. Just switched it over to here for now, being that we are stepping into college. You won't have to basically go looking for your stream to copy and paste anymore. What you're actually going to start being able to do, if you're not in other leagues that do this already, is it's going to give you the option to go ahead and basically just start your game and your stream will populate. Now, we have not again made the decision just yet on if we are going to we haven't made the decision yet if we are going to keep it where it's individual within channels or if we're going to leave one as itself. We are most likely separated just because it makes it easier on our team. But the stream bot will be there for everyone, so that way you do have that access and capability to find your stream and get it posted. I just want to reiterate, just for the new guys over in the league, we are a streaming league. We are not a league that you just jump in and play. Um, we are a streaming league, and the biggest reason for that is because of the things that can come up on the back end and the friction that it can ultimately cause. Other than that, man, again, I just wanted to make sure that to give you guys just a solid intro because man, we're just excited to get back. How this game's going to play out, the pros and cons of the game, all of those things are yet to be seen. What I do know is for all of you that are choosing to play with us to start this cycle, we appreciate you. For all the efforts that everyone gave last cycle with us, we appreciate you as well and appreciate the return for this next cycle. Man, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Looking forward to the next steps. I know our team is ready to perform and make sure that we get into the best possible position each, not just for the start of this, but to make sure this stays a competitive system long term. Man, we'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.